Listen to me closely, because what is happening in your life right now is not an accident, it is not bad luck, and it is certainly not a coincidence. You have found your way to this message because the universe has conspired to bring you here. The algorithms may have suggested it, but your spirit recognized the call. Today, specifically regarding the energy surrounding January 22nd, marks a pivotal turning point in your timeline. We are talking about a secret inheritance. We are talking about a physical, tangible property that is being prepared for you. I know that sounds impossible, given what your bank account might look like today, or given the silence you have been hearing from the world around you. But you need to understand that the spiritual always precedes the physical. The restlessness you feel, that is not anxiety, that is not depression, that is the sound of a lease expiring in the spirit realm. You are being evicted from your comfort zone because the deed to your new territory has already been signed in the heavens. Before we go any deeper into how you are going to claim this property and what this inheritance actually looks like, I need you to take a moment and breathe. Just breathe. You've been holding your breath for months. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment, haven't you? You've been waiting for the other shoe to drop. You have been waking up with a heaviness in your chest, looking at the ceiling, wondering how much longer you can sustain this pressure. I am here to tell you that the pressure is not there to crush you. It is there to clear the way. Think about the diamond. It is a cliché because it is true. Carbon only transforms under immense weight. You are not being buried, you are being planted. And the harvest is a new location, a new atmosphere, and a new set of keys. Let's talk about the symptoms, because I know you have been feeling crazy lately. You look around at your life. Maybe you are 35, 40, 50 years old, and you feel like you should be settled, yet everything feels like it is shaking. This is the first sign of the inheritance. It is what we call holy restlessness. It is a dissatisfaction with things that used to satisfy you. Do you remember 5 years ago? You were content with that job. You were happy in that circle of friends. You were fine with your living situation. But suddenly, in the last few weeks, specifically leading up to this week of January, everything feels too small. It feels like you are trying to wear clothes that fit a version of you that no longer exists. This is the butterfly effect in a spiritual sense. When a caterpillar enters the cocoon, it doesn't just grow wings immediately. It dissolves. It turns into a chaotic soup of cells before it reconstructs. You are in the soup right now. You feel like you are falling apart, but you are actually being reassembled for a higher altitude. If you have felt this specific type of agitation, where you look at your living room or your office and you just want to run, you just want to pack everything and leave, I want you to click the like button right now. Not for the algorithm, but as a signal to yourself. Acknowledge it. Say, yes, that is me. I am not crazy. I am transitioning. Now pay attention, because this next part is something most people dismiss as a medical issue, but for the chosen ones, it is a strategic meeting. Have you been waking up between the hours of 2 a.m. and 4 a.m.? You look at the clock, and it's 3:33 or 2:22 or 4:14. You try to go back to sleep, but your mind is racing. You feel alert. This is not insomnia. In the study of circadian rhythms, yes, our sleep cycles dip here, but spiritually, this is known as the fourth watch. In B, this is the time when the veil between the physical world and the spiritual world is at its thinnest. The world is quiet. The static of social media, the demands of your boss, the noise of traffic, it's all gone. God wakes you up at this hour because he has secrets to tell you that he cannot share. When you are distracted, he is downloading the blueprints for this new property. He is giving you the strategy for this inheritance. But what do most of us do? We grab our phones, we doom scroll, we worry about bills, we waste the divine appointment. If this has been happening to you, stop fighting it. Next time you wake up at 3 a.m., do not reach for the phone. Sit up. Ask, what are you showing me? Because the instruction for your next move, the literal location of where you are going, is being whispered in those hours. There is a secret inheritance coming your way, and I use the word secret because it is coming from a source you do not expect. We are conditioned to think inheritance only comes when a relative passes away. But in the kingdom, inheritance is the releasing of resources that have been held in trust for you until you were mature enough to handle them. The scripture speaks of houses you did not build and vineyards you did not plant. This is the energy of January 22nd. It is a transfer of wealth and territory that you do not have to strive for in the traditional sense. You do not have to manipulate your way into this. You do not have to scratch and claw. You have to align. But here is the hard part, and this is where many of you might get scared. Before you get the new property, you have to lose your attachment to the old one. And I don't just mean your house. I mean the people who can't go where you are going. Have you noticed people acting strangely around you lately? Friends who used to call every day are suddenly distant. Co-workers are acting cold. Family members seem to pick fights over nothing. It hurts, I know. You feel rejected. You ask, what did I do wrong? You did nothing wrong. You grew. When you are about to be promoted, your vibration changes. It irritates the demons in other people. Light irritates those who have become comfortable in the shadows. God is removing people from your life not to punish you, but to protect your future. They cannot handle the weight of the blessing you are about to carry. If they stayed, they would inadvertently sabotage the inheritance. So, he creates separation. He hardens their hearts against you, just like he hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that you are forced to move. If you were comfortable, you would never leave. If they were nice to you, you would stay in that dead-end situation forever. The rejection is the fuel for your relocation. Think about Abraham. He is the father of faith, right? But the very first command God gave him was, go. Leave your country. Leave your people. Leave your father's household. Go to the land I will show you. Notice that? God didn't send the GPS coordinates first. He didn't send pictures of the destination on Zillow. He said, go, and the destination was revealed in the movement. You are waiting for the map, but God is waiting for the motion. You are saying, Lord, show me where the money is coming from. Show me the new house, and then I will move. And the universe is saying, pack your bags mentally, and then the door will open. This brings us to the concept of the secret property. For some of you listening to this is literal. You have been struggling with housing. Maybe you are renting and the landlord is raising the price. Maybe you are living with family and it's toxic. Maybe you are in a house that feels like it's falling apart. I am prophesying to you right now, there is a property with your name on it. There is a set of keys being cut for you. The financing is going to come from an unexpected place. A settlement. A retroactive payment, a gift, a sudden shift in the market, or an opportunity that allows you to bypass the traditional gatekeepers. For others, this property is a business. It is a digital real estate. It is a platform. It is a space where you have authority, but common to both is the feeling of ownership. You are moving from a slave mentality, where you work for everything and own nothing, to a son or daughter mentality, where you inherit. But you must be ready to receive it. Let me ask you a question, and I want you to answer honestly, in the privacy of your own heart. If the blessing dropped today, would you be ready? Is your house in order? I mean literally. One of the greatest spiritual secrets to triggering this inheritance is the act of preparation. If you want to move, start packing. But I have nowhere to go, you say. It doesn't matter. Clean your closets. Throw away the things that belong to your past self. When you declutter your physical space, you signal to the universe that you are making room for the new. You cannot fill a cup that is already full of stagnant water. Pour it out. I want to share a revelation about the Red Sea moment you are facing. You know the story. The Israelites are trapped. The ocean is in front of them. An army is behind them. They are panicking. They are crying out, "Why did you bring us here to die?" This is exactly how you feel right now. You feel trapped between a past that is chasing you, debts, regrets, old habits, and a future that looks blocked. You see the obstacle. You see the impossibility of the mortgage rates, the impossibility of the job market. But here is the secret. The Red Sea didn't part until they stepped in. The miracle is in the water. You are standing on the edge of the greatest breakthrough of your life, and the enemy is trying to distract you with fear. He is whispering, "You're too old. It's too late. You've made too many mistakes. You don't have the credit score." Lies. All lies. The inheritance is not based on your performance. It is based on your lineage. You are a chosen one. That means the rules are different for you. The economy of the kingdom is not the economy of the world. In the world, you need to qualify. In the kingdom, you are justified. There is a specific alignment happening on January 22nd. The number 22 is a master builder number in numerology. It signifies the ability to turn dreams into reality. It is the architect. It is the builder of foundations. This date is a portal for structural changes in your life. We are moving away from the ephemeral, ideas, wishes, hopes, into the concrete, bricks, mortar, contracts, deeds. This is why you feel the pressure. Building is messy. Construction is loud. If your life feels messy right now, it's because it is a construction site. Do not apologize for the mess. Do not apologize for the dust. You are under renovation. I need to warn you about the spies. When the Israelites were about to enter their promised land, they sent 12 spies. 10 came back with a bad report. They said, "The land is good, but there are giants there. We are like grasshoppers compared to them." Only 2, Joshua and Caleb, said, "We can take it." Most of the people around you are the 10 spies. They will tell you all the reasons why you can't start that business, why you can't buy that home, why you shouldn't move to that new city. They project their own fears onto you. They see the giants. You need to see the grapes. You need to see the harvest. Stop listening to the 10 spies. Stop asking for advice from people who have never been where you are going. You cannot ask someone for directions to a place they have never visited. This inheritance is yours. It has been held in escrow since before you were born, but to claim it, you must activate your authority. How do you do that? You speak it. The tongue has the power of life and death. If you keep saying, "I'm broke, I'm stuck, I'm tired," you are signing an agreement with poverty and stagnation. You are using your creative power to build a prison. Cancel those words right now. Even if you feel silly doing it, speak to the atmosphere. Say, "I am the head and not the tail. I am moving forward. My territory is expanding. The keys are in my hand." The universe responds to frequency. Desperation is a frequency that repels. Gratitude is a frequency that attracts. This is the hardest paradox. You must be grateful for where you are while simultaneously being eager for where you are going. Thank the small apartment for sheltering you. Thank the old car for getting you this far. Bless the things you are about to leave behind. When you leave a place with bitterness, you carry the dust of that place with you. When you leave with blessing, you travel light. I feel strongly that for someone watching this, there is a legal document involved, a contract that has been delayed, a visa, a settlement, a closing date that keeps getting pushed back. The Spirit says the delay is not denial. The delay was divine protection. There was a trap in the fine print, or a hidden issue with the property, or a timing mismatch that would have harmed you. God held it back until the way was clear. The release is imminent. The blockade is being removed. Let's go back to the 3 a.m. wake-up call. Next time it happens, I want you to visualize. Visualization is not just daydreaming, it is spiritual rehearsal. Close your eyes in the dark and walk through your new house. Feel the floorboards under your feet. Smell the coffee brewing in the new kitchen. See the view from the window. Feel the peace. Your brain does not know the difference between a vivid visualization and reality. When you do this, you prime your reticular activating system to spot the opportunities that lead to this reality. You are programming your internal GPS. You are not crazy. You are not losing your mind. You are waking up. The matrix of mediocrity is trying to pull you back in, trying to numb you with distractions, but you are too awake now. That is why you feel the friction. You are a square peg, refusing to fit in the round hole of a normal life. You were not made for a normal life. You were made for a supernatural life. And about the finances, I know the wallet feels light, but remember the widow with the oil. She thought she had nothing. The prophet asked, "What do you have in your house?" She said, "Nothing except a little jar of oil." That "except" was the key. You have something. You have a talent, a skill, an idea, a connection. God always starts with what is in your hand. He multiplies. He doesn't create from zero in these instances. He takes your not enough and turns it into more than enough. Look at what is in your hand. What have you been ignoring? What passion have you buried? That is the seed for the inheritance. The month of January is often seen as a cold, dark month, but underneath the frozen ground, the roots are stretching. You are in the root growth phase. No one sees the work you are doing in the dark. No one sees the tears, the prayers, the discipline. But the tree that grows the highest must have roots that go the deepest. Your current struggle is digging your roots deep, so that when the blessing comes, and it is coming like a flood, you will not be toppled over by it. There is a warning here too. Guard your gates. Be careful what you watch, what you listen to, and who you allow into your ear. During a pregnancy, a mother is careful about what she ingests because everything passes to the baby. You are spiritually pregnant with your destiny. Do not ingest the toxicity of the news, the fear-mongering, the gossip. Protect the baby, protect the dream. Keep your circle tight. It is better to be alone with God than surrounded by people who puncture your faith. As we approach January 22nd, look for the synchronicities. You will see repeating numbers. You will hear a song that answers a question you just thought of. You will run into someone who mentions the exact city or industry you have been thinking about. These are breadcrumbs. Follow them. They are leading you to the property. And do not fear the unknown. The unknown is where God lives. The known is your past. The unknown is your future. When you step out of the boat, yes, the water is deep, but that is where you walk on water. You cannot walk on water in a swimming pool. You need the deep. You need the risk. This inheritance involves a restoration of years. The locusts have eaten years of your life, years where you felt stuck, years in bad relationships, years in the wrong career. The promise is, I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten. This new property, this new season, will accelerate you so fast that it will make up for lost time. You will accomplish in 1 year what takes others 10. That is the acceleration of the chosen. So what do you do right now? Tonight, You prepare, you make space, you forgive everyone who has hurt you, not for them, but to cut the anchor chain that is holding you back. Unforgiveness is too heavy to carry into this new season. Drop it. Let them go. Let God deal with them. You have a property to claim. I want you to declare this over your life. I am ready to receive. My capacity is increasing. I am not afraid of the change. I welcome the new. I claim my territory. Say it until you believe it. The atmosphere in your room should change when you speak. Before I reveal the final key to unlocking this, consider this. What if everything that has gone wrong in the last 2 years was actually going right? What if the job loss was a rescue? What if the breakup was a liberation? Perspective changes everything. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the master of your destiny, guided by the divine hand. The final key is generosity. It sounds counterintuitive when you are waiting to receive, but the flow must be open. If your hand is closed tight to hold on to what little you have, it cannot be open to receive the massive inheritance coming. Give something. It doesn't have to be money. Give a kind word. Give encouragement. Give time. Open the flow. Prove to the universe that you are a conduit, not a reservoir. Reservoirs get stagnant. Rivers stay fresh. Be a river. You are standing at the threshold. The door is opening. The handle is turning. January 22nd is the marker. The secret inheritance is real. The property is yours. The lease on your pain is up. The deed to your promise is signed. Walk through the door. Do not look back at Sodom. Do not look back at the burning bridges. Look forward. Your future is so bright it burns the eyes of your past. You are chosen for this. You are built for this. You are ready for this. Now take a deep breath. Center yourself. The anxiety is leaving now. It is being replaced by a calm, fierce certainty. You know who you are. You know whose you are. If this message resonated with your spirit, if you felt that burning confirmation in your chest, then you know this was for you. Do not let this moment pass. Seal it. Like the video to mark this moment in time, subscribe to the channel to stay aligned with this high frequency. Turn on the notifications because the next update will contain the specific instructions for the next phase of this journey. Share this with someone who you know is struggling, someone who feels like they are breaking. You might be the messenger God uses to save their hope today. Check the pinned comment for a declaration that you can speak over your life every morning for the next 7 days. The shift has begun. Welcome home. But let's go deeper, because the moment you accept this truth, the moment you mentally sign that deed, the environment around you is going to react. Physics dictates that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. In the spiritual realm, we call this the resistance, or the terror barrier. You need to understand this right now, or you will think you are failing when you are actually on the verge of the greatest breakthrough of your life. When you elevate your frequency to match this new property, this new inheritance, your old reality will try to pull you back. It is like gravity. The rocket burns the most fuel during takeoff, fighting the gravity of the Earth. You are in the takeoff phase. You might wake up tomorrow feeling heavier than usual. You might feel a sudden wave of doubt, a voice whispering, "Who do you think you are? You can't do this. It's safer back here in the struggle." That is not the voice of truth. That is the voice of your old programming dying. It is the ego trying to protect you from the unknown. The ego prefers a familiar hell to an unfamiliar heaven. Do not listen to it. This resistance is actually the confirmation signal. If you weren't moving forward, you wouldn't feel the wind against your face. The pressure you feel is proof of your momentum. Let's talk about the physical symptoms of this shift, because many of you are experiencing them and going to the doctor, only to be told there is nothing wrong. Are you waking up between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. consistently? This is not insomnia. This is what the ancients called the watch of the night. The veil between the physical and the spiritual is thinnest at this hour. Your spirit is being woken up to download instructions for this new season. Stop fighting it. Stop grabbing your phone to scroll through social media. When you wake up at 3:33 a.m., sit up. In the silence, ask, what do I need to know right now? The answer that comes in that silence is the key to your next step. You might also be experiencing a sudden intolerance for certain foods or a desire to declutter your home aggressively. This is the law of vacuum. You are instinctively clearing space. You cannot put new furniture in a room that is filled with garbage. Your soul knows the inheritance is coming, so it is commanding your body to prepare the vessel. Listen to these impulses. If you feel the need to throw out old clothes that remind you of a version of yourself you no longer are, do it. It is a ritual of release. Before I tell you how to navigate the specific people problem that arises during this phase, I want you to check in with yourself. How many of you have felt a sudden disconnection from friends you have known for years? It feels confusing, maybe even painful. You haven't had a fight, but the vibe is just off. The conversation feels forced. You feel drained after hanging out with them. This is crucial. Do not force the connection. As your vibration rises, you become no longer compatible with people vibrating at the level of your past. It is not about judgment. It is about resonance. If you try to lower yourself to fit back in, you will get sick, literally sick. You are an eagle trying to fit back into a chicken coop. It doesn't work. This is the lonely part of the journey, and this is where most people turn back. They choose the comfort of the crowd over the solitude of the summit. But I'm telling you, the people who are waiting for you on the other side of this transition are the tribe you have always looked for. You have to let go of the good to get to the great. You have to let go of the familiar to get to the destined. Now consider the concept of financial trauma. Many of you are blocked from this inheritance, not because you aren't working hard, but because your nervous system views money as a threat. Maybe growing up, money meant arguments. Money meant stress. Money meant separation. So, subconsciously, every time you get close to abundance, your nervous system pulls the emergency brake to keep you safe. We have to rewire this immediately. Here is a challenge for the next 24 hours that will begin to heal this. I want you to carry a $100 bill or the equivalent in your currency in your wallet. Do not spend it. Just carry it. Every time you open your wallet and see it, say to yourself, I have money. I am safe with money. Money is a tool for good. This sounds simple, but it is profound. You are training your brain to feel comfortable with the presence of abundance without the anxiety of spending it or the fear of lacking it. You are normalizing wealth. There is a secret about the January 22nd marker that I haven't fully explained yet. In numerology and ancient energetic mapping, specific dates act as portals, windows of reduced resistance where manifestation is accelerated. But these windows require a specific fuel, gratitude. Not the polite thank you say when someone holds a door, but a radical preemptive gratitude. This is the scientific application of faith. When you are grateful for something before it happens, you are hacking reality. You are sending a signal to the quantum field that the event has already occurred. The universe, which operates on frequency, not linear time, must then rearrange itself to match that signal. If you are constantly asking, when is it coming, you are broadcasting a frequency of, I don't have it. That is a frequency of lack. But when you say, thank you that it is done, you broadcast a frequency of possession. Try this tonight. Instead of praying for the healing, pray from the healing. Thank you for my restored body. Instead of praying for the job, pray from the career. Thank you for this opportunity to serve with my talents. Feel the relief of it being done. That feeling is the magnet, the emotion is the engine, the thought is the steering wheel, but the emotion is the fuel. Now a warning. As you approach the date, you will face what I call the echo of the past. Just when you feel strongest, an old ex will text you, an old bill will surface, an old habit will tempt you. It will look like a coincidence. It is not. It is a test of your resolve. The universe is asking, are you sure you have changed, or can you be baited back? When that text comes, when that temptation arises, do not react emotionally. Observe it. Smile at it. Recognize it for what it is, a final exam. Pass the test by remaining neutral. Do not engage. Delete the text. Pay the bill calmly. Ignore the habit. Prove you have graduated. I want to address a specific fear that I see in the comments often. The fear of, is it too late for me? You are 45, 55, 65, and you feel like you missed your prime. Listen to me closely. The timeline of society is a lie. The timeline of the divine is perfect. Colonel Sanders didn't franchise KFC until he was 62. Vera Wang didn't enter the fashion industry until she was 40. Your life experience, your scars, your failures, they are not wasted time. They were research and development. You are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience. This inheritance coming to you now is larger than what you could have handled in your 20s. You would have blown it then. You would have let it destroy you. Now, you have the character to sustain the blessing. You are right on time. Let's talk about the how. People are obsessed with the how. How will I get the money? How will I meet the person? The how is not your business. The how is the domain of the divine. Your business is the what and the why. When your why is strong enough, the how presents itself. Stop trying to micromanage the universe. You cannot see the millions of variables at play. You can only see what is in front of your nose. Trust the architect. Imagine you are driving at night in the fog. You can only see 20 feet ahead of you with your headlights, but you can make the whole journey of 500 miles seeing only 20 feet at a time. You don't need to see the destination to keep moving. Just take the next logical step. Make the phone call, send the email, write the page, clean the room. The next 20 feet will reveal themselves. I'm going to share a technique that high-level achievers use to collapse time. It is called scripting. Tomorrow morning, instead of journaling about how you feel right now, I want you to journal from the perspective of 1 year in the future. Date the page exactly 1 year from today, write in the past tense. I am so grateful for the incredible year I just had. I remember when I was worried back in January, but then everything changed. I started that business, and now we are serving thousands. I healed that relationship, and now we are closer than ever. Write it in detail. Describe. Attention. You need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.